morning on Denver 7 News. Fire danger is up this weekend, and today is a good time to prepare.
The exterior of your home can be vulnerable to fire's flames and embers, and that's where we recommend that people start the work.
We'll explain what you can change within 5 feet of your home that could end up making a big difference if the worst happens. And the furry scurry is back in full force. We're live from Wash Park as folks get out, get active, and make a difference for pets in need of forever homes. Plus, a little later, this week's Everyday Heroes taking the title of Big Brother to a whole nother level. Good Saturday morning and welcome to Denver 7 News. I'm Jessica Crawford.
And I'm Katie LaSalle. Thank you so much for joining us here. And here are some of the stories we're following for you this weekend.
It's Mother's Day weekend, and one group in the metro is creating space for those grieving the loss of a child. The Remembrance Brunch for Moms is happening today at 10 a.m. It's at the Holiday Inn east of Quebec Street. The brunch is hosted by Adam's Purpose, an organization focused on grief awareness, advocacy, and support for families coping with loss. You can find more information on Eventbrite.
Also, the Colorado Avalanche could be one step closer to their first Stanley Cup title in more than 2 decades later today. They're facing off against the Nashville Predators at 2:30 in Music City for their third playoff game, and the Avs, they are currently up 2-0 on the Preds, and their most recent win in OT with an amazing goal from Cale Makar. We'll have more on how the team's feeling going into today's game a little later in sports.
Red flag warnings going into effect in several counties across Colorado this morning. That means fire danger is high due to a combination of warm temperatures, low moisture, and those winds moving in. The National Weather Service reporting possible wind gusts of up to 40 miles per hour this afternoon.
Yeah, and you can see that red flag warning encompasses most of the Denver metro area all across southern Colorado. We will be seeing those winds really kick up this afternoon, but right now it's a really beautiful morning. Calm conditions, nice and mild out there, plenty of sunshine from Westminster looking off to the west. A little more cloud coverage with a chance for a few isolated showers and storms over higher terrain, but a very dry day statewide. Temperatures outside right now, we're in the high 50s in Denver already. Winds sustained from the southwest at 9 miles per hour. As mentioned, calm conditions currently up through Greeley into Estes Park and Castle Rock, but especially over southern Colorado where this red flag warning will take effect at 10. It'll last until 9 p.m. Expect those very gusty winds, warm and dry conditions, low relative humidity that extends all across the eastern plains and just west of the foothills up near Georgetown. Temperatures outside right now, we're in the high 40s, low 50s. Colorado Springs already at 60 degrees, and it is going to be a toasty afternoon, well above average for this time of the year. Low to mid 80s expected. We'll talk more about the cool down coming for Mother's Day still to come.
This weekend is a good time to walk around your home and remove any dry leaves and debris. Today is National Fire Preparedness Day. Whether you're in the mountains or the metro, experts say cleaning your gutters, roof, and especially that area within 5 feet of your home can make a big difference.
The 5-foot zone is really important. That's where researchers are showing us that not only will the embers pile up in those corners, from the ground, but if they hit the roof and roll down, that's exactly where they go. So that's where you're going to have a lot of burning material, and anything you can do to get rid of anything that can burn right in that very small space is very effective.
On warm, dry, windy days, experts say you should avoid creating any sparks. That means don't use power tools, mow, or park your car on dry grass.
And after you take care of your home, you of course need to take care of your family. And you can do that by signing up for emergency alerts from your city or county. Denver's Office of Emergency Management explained to our Brian Sanders earlier this week that there are 2 different alerts. First, there are wireless emergency alerts. Those go to a cell phone in certain areas. And second, there are reverse emergency alerts that you can sign up for.
Essentially, it allows residents and non-residents to sign up to receive alerts about police activity or life safety incidents where they live, work, and play. And also, it will provide guidance, right, on how to remain safe.
So to sign up, go to denvergov.org/emergency testing. Denver will be testing its emergency alert system over the next 2 weeks starting on Monday. And if you live or work in a different area, you should check that city and county's website for their emergency notification system.
Before the next wildfire or natural disaster, experts say you should check your insurance coverage.
Know how much insurance you have. Know what the limits are. Know what the deductibles are. Consider what the cost to repair and rebuild your home in today's dollars is. And with inflation, with supply chain, going that extra mile of, looking at what local home building costs are, construction costs, not the market value of your home, but that cost to repair and rebuild your home.
This advice also applies to people renting a home or apartment unit. Make sure that your insurance covers fire losses of your belongings.
Legislation aimed at curbing the fentanyl crisis in Colorado is a step closer to becoming law. The Colorado Senate passed the Fentanyl Accountability and Prevention Act, but not without at least one notable change. The Senate changed wording in the possession portion of the bill by removing the word knowingly. That means people caught in possession of fentanyl can be charged with a felony even if they did not know they were in possession of the substance. This bill now goes back over to the House chamber, where lawmakers have until Wednesday to approve the Senate's changes and get the bill to Governor Polis.
More wild horses are dead from equine influenza at the BLM holding facility in Canyon City. The American Wild Horse Campaign says 2 more horses have died, bringing the total number to 131 in 2 weeks. The group says all those horses were rounded up by the BLM last summer. Advocates at the Wild Rose Mustang Advocacy Group in Fort Collins say holding wild horses in captivity is dangerous, and they also say it's deadly to these icons of the American West.
They are the American West. There's nothing more beautiful than seeing a herd of wild horses run across the landscape.
The BLM defending the roundup, saying they're necessary to prevent overpopulation and overgrazing. Kayla Stone is the head trainer at Wild Rose. She understands the BLM's position, but says there should be more urgency on the Bureau's part to work with training facilities after horses have been rounded up.
Where we can help is getting these horses adapted so that they're not all sitting in holding facilities.
We've received so many emails and comments from Denver 7 viewers on this wild horse issue. If you have a perspective and want to be featured on air, please send us your opinion. Just fill out the form on our website, or as always, you can email 360@thedenverchannel.com.
Well, as climate change impacts our air, President Biden says he wants half of our country's vehicle sales to be electric cars by 2030.
It is a big goal, but this week the White House announced a $3 billion push to help back it.
Colorado has been a leader for electric vehicles, and Denver 7's CB Cotton explains our state just got an extra boost.
I waved at the gas stations as I went by.
Bob Anderson's wheels don't stop for much, but definitely not for gas.
The GEM car is a 2005. The Tesla is a 2017.
Both cars are electric.
The Tesla charges at 240 volt. This car charges at 120.
And Anderson says he'll never drive anything else.
It has made my life easier.
Anderson's cars are 2 of the estimated 51,645 electric vehicles on Colorado's roadways. But he's hoping to see more.
And every day another car company comes out with an electric car.
His vision may soon be a reality. This week, the Biden administration announcing $3 billion to U.S. companies that make batteries for electric cars. Good news for Solid Power, a Louisville-based company that specializes in solid-state batteries, unlike common liquid ones.
And what that enables is really higher levels of energy, which of course would then translate into a greater range for an electric vehicle.
The CEO, Doug Campbell, believes this new funding from the White House will help the country become more independent on its supply chains and energy resources.
But let's face it, right now, battery production is dominated by Asian producers. And if left to just simple, free economic forces, I can assure you that that will remain unchanged as we move into the future. And of course, to me, that represents a national security issue.
The White House says as many as 30 companies could get these grants, worth more than $50 million each. Solid Power says these are dollars they plan on applying for, which could boost their production and potentially lead to more jobs.
We're in the process right now of getting our arms around it. I would guess that this funding would hit companies like ourselves and other research institutions, probably the first to second quarter of next year.
And people like Anderson excited for what's to come. CB Cotton, Denver 7.
And more Americans are making the switch from gas to electric power vehicles. According to energy.gov, sales of electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles nearly doubled between 2020 and 2021, going from 308,000 to 608,000.
Shifting gears now, today is the 29th annual Furry Scurry. We've been excited about this for a while, Katie. Denver 7's a proud sponsor of the event, and it benefits animals that are currently up for adoption by the Denver Dumb Friends League.
A lot of people will be out at Wash Park today, as is our Denver 7's Christian Lopez live for us now. And Christian, how are things looking out there right now?
Yeah, good morning, guys. As you can see behind me, preparations are underway this morning. We're standing here next to the starting line. The weather is just beautiful. The event starts in about 2 hours, and this is all put on by the Dumb Friends League. It is their biggest fundraiser of the year, and participants and their pups will go on a 2-mile run or walk around the beautiful park. And it's all for a great cause, too, because the money raised helps provide life-changing services for homeless pets and horses who are in need of medical treatment, behavioral training, or foster care. And this all helps pets find loving homes as well. This event starts at 9 a.m. I am definitely very excited to see all of those cute dogs running around this morning, and we're going to continue bringing you guys live updates throughout our newscasts and give you a closer look at this year's event. Live in Denver this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Christian, hopefully you can get your hands on a cute little puppy. Well, we're all looking for ways to save some money right now, especially at the gas pump. What changes you need to look out for the next time you want to cash in on your fuel points?
And if you're looking for a getaway across the pond, one Denver-based airline is giving you more options starting today.